Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Madhurima Bhaumik. Today we'll be discussing a very interesting topic. So, everyone present here, all of you have friends, right? We all have friends. And we always communicate with our friends, isn't it? How you communicate nowadays, the technology has improved so much. That means you are using your mobiles to send message and also receive message. So, how it is related to today's topic? Yes, it is related because a cell is doing it from, it is doing it always. What? It is receiving and sending message. So, this communication between the cell communicate with each other. Okay? Cell communication or the communication between the cell is our today's topic that is known as cell signaling, right? So, principles of cell signaling we are going to discuss today. So, what we are going to cover today is cell signaling. Firstly, that means how it works, how this cell signaling works, and what are the different forms of cell signaling. Okay, forms of cell signaling, right? That means different kinds of short and long range signaling that happens inside our body. Okay, so let us start first with the first part, that is how the cell interaction occurs. Okay, cell signaling is the way in which our cell inside our body, the cells are communicating. So basically, what is happening, the cell is sending a signal. So it is happening through cell, or we can say it is happening through chemical signal, right? So this chemical signal can be anything. It can be a protein or any molecule that is produced by the cell as a signal or as a chemical signal, right? So the cell that is producing the protein, that is producing this protein, these are called the sending cell. What they're sending? They're sending the message in the form of molecule or protein, or very often we call it as a ligand. Now, this ligand will go and bind to the receptor that is present on the surface of the target cell. Okay, so this is the target cell. Everyone near you are not your friends, right? In the same way, all are not able to receive the message sent by a sending cell. Only the target cell will be receiving the message and they are able to take the ligand. So the ligand will be going and binding to the receptor present in the target cell. Okay, and this will pass into the cell. So it is going through the extracellular space, that is a space between the cell. Okay, and it will go, the ligand will go and bind to the receptor present in the target cell. Okay, and it will be carried, the message that is carried by this ligand, that will pass through a chain of chemical messenger. that is present inside the cell. So the message, first it is going from one cell to other, that is intercellular, and then it is passing within the cell, intracellular, and ultimately the response is produced. Ultimately, as the message is passing inside the cell, the response will be produced by the cell. Okay, it can be any kind of response. Maybe there will be what kind of response is produced inside. If we say there can be alteration in gene expression, alteration in the gene expression, or it can lead to the induction of the total cellular process. Okay, maybe the full cell division. Okay, so the induction of the whole process can happen because of the message that is passing from the sender cell. So basically what is happening? Very simple. One cell is communicating to the other cell by chemical signal. Chemical signal was sent by the sender cell. It is called it can be a protein. It is called ligand, which is going and binding to the target cell. The target cell will only have the receptor. A cell without receptors is a non-target cell. There, the ligand will not go and bind. So as the ligand is binding, the message is passing through the ligand, okay, into the receptor, then passing inside the cell, and it then passes through the chain of chemical messenger. Ultimately, the response is produced, okay, or the cell will act based on the message that has come to it. Okay, so let us now study about the different types of cell-cell interaction. Okay, number one is paracrine signaling. Now, what is this type of signaling? This is a signal which occurs in a short distance. That means your friend is very near to you, right? And you are sending the message. Same is happening here. The sender cell is very near to the target cell, right? So what is happening? The target cell is receiving the ligand, okay, and it is going and binding to the receptor, and the response is produced. One of the unique example of paracrine signaling is synaptic signaling, right? So what is that? Where we find such kind of signaling? In the nerve cell, right? In the neuron. So what happens in the neuron? You have studied the structure of the neuron. There is a dendrite that the tree-like it looks like branches. So through that the messages go to the cell body, goes through the axon and to the end. And this junction, okay, this junction between two uh, the two neuron, that is known as the synapses. Okay, so here there are ligands. The ligands here are called the neurotransmitter. So these neurotransmitters are released, and there is one more cell here. So one more neuron cell is there, which is having the receptors, right? So the neurotransmitter is going and binding to the receptors in the where this junction, that is called the synapse. and the message from one nerve cell is going to the other nerve cell. So like that the message is getting transmitted. Okay, so this is a type of signaling which is known as the synaptic signaling, which is an example of paracrine signaling, right? Next is autocrine signaling. What is autocrine signaling? Here, the protein or the molecule that is produced by the sender, by the sending cell, this molecule will go and bind to the receptor present in the same cell. Okay, so such kind of signaling we call it as an autocrine signaling, right? Next is endocrine signaling. Endocrine signaling, here it occurs in long distance, right? That means the cell from where the message is passing to the site where it will act, it is at a longer distance. Okay, so such like example is endocrine glands will secrete hormones that will act at a site remote from its place of origin, like pituitary gland. It secretes growth hormone that will ultimately cause the growth of the skeleton and the cartilage. Okay, so this is the one more type of signaling. And the last one is when the cells are in contact with each other. Okay, signaling through cell-cell contact. This is the last one. Signaling through cell-cell contact. So how the cell-cell contact is happening? Because maybe in case of the animal cell, you can see there is gap junction, which is a channel between the two cells. Or in case of the plant, there is plasmodesmata. So this water-filled channel is acting as a intracellular mediator, helping in the passing of the message or the signal from one cell to the other cell. So suppose this is a cell. Okay, this is one more cell. Okay, so these are the gap junctions, right? And this is the ligand or the molecule that will be going. So through this channel, it will go and it will come to this target cell. So this is the sending cell. And this is the target cell. Okay. Sometimes there is a complementary protein present on the surface of both the cell. So because of the presence of the complementary protein, there will be interaction between the complementary protein as the two cells will come in contact with each other. So there will be binding between the two protein. Okay. So because of the binding of the two proteins, the cell are coming in close proximation. They are closely associated with each other and the message will be passing from one cell to another cell. So that we can find in the immune system. The immune cell will have cell surface marker. And by this, they will be able to identify their own cells or the cell which are infected by the pathogen. Okay, so this is all about the principles of cell signaling. We can study this in details in our next class. So for today, that is all. Thank you and have a nice day.